Good morning, Ian Koniak here, and today I'm going to share my thoughts on quiet quitting. I don't know if you've heard about quiet quitting. I hadn't heard about this until recently, but for those who don't know, that is the term of doing the bare minimum you need to do to keep your job. And it's more popular than ever. And the idea is, hey, if you're not putting your entire identity into your work and you're just seeing a job as a job and living your best life outside of work and not putting your entire world in your work, you're going to have less stress. You're going to have, less headaches, less anxiety, and the world shouldn't revolve around work. And here are my thoughts on quiet quitting. First and foremost, to each his own, or to each her own. Whatever people believe, that's their prerogative, and I'm not here to tell you what to do or what not to do. But here's my thoughts on the general trend of quiet quitting. We get our biggest joy in life from several things, okay? One is connection, the people in our lives. Another is contribution, which is feeling like we're doing something in the world. We're making an impact in the lives of others. And the third is growth. And I'll tell you, quiet quitting doesn't fuel any of those things while you're at work. If you're just doing the bare minimum, you're not going to go above and beyond to have deep connections with your customers, with your colleagues, with other people at your company. You're not going to feel like you're contributing to the cause of your company or to your customers, and you're certainly not going to be growing. And if you're going to spend literally half of your waking life at work, your adult life, if you think about it, we have 24 hours a day. And if you spend 8 hours working and 8 hours sleeping, that leaves eight hours outside of work. That's half of your time that you're awake at work during the weekdays, okay? And if you're going to just spend those 8 hours doing the bare minimum, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be very happy during those 8 hours, because there is true joy in setting goals, in taking action towards attainment of those goals. The joy is in the journey. The joy is in the growth from having goals that challenge you to work hard, from building something from scratch, from being part of something bigger, for contributing to the lives of others. And if you're just doing the bare minimum, you are not going to experience that joy that comes from challenging yourself to do more, to contribute, to fulfill your potential. If you're going to do anything, if you don't do it, give it your all, what's the point? Why do anything if you're not going to try? I can tell you one thing from my own experience. I feel my best when I'm all in, when I'm showing up fully and giving my all. And if you're just quiet quitting and doing the bare minimum, you are robbing yourself of that joy and that opportunity to really fulfill the potential. We're all given gifts to use. And if we're not using them, if we're not creating, if we're not contributing, we are going to feel a void that we're not fulfilling our potential at work or really on this earth. You can't just live just for leisure. If you work really hard and make an impact during the time at work, that's what lets you actually enjoy your time outside of work with no worries, because you know you've given your all and you can let go and be present with those you love. So that's my view on quiet quitting. I don't see the point. I don't understand why show up if you're not going to try your best, because there's joy in trying your best. There's joy in being all in. So I'm not a supporter, in case you can't tell, but as I said, do whatever works for you. I'm a huge proponent of not putting your entire identity in work, putting your identity instead in your family and your health and your faith and other areas outside of work. But I'm also a huge proponent of not doing anything if you're not going to give it your all. So if you don't want to work, or you don't feel connected, or you don't feel purpose in your job, go find something that lights you up. Go find something you can fulfill in your career, or a business, or a side hustle, or something that does. Because there is another way besides just showing up and doing the bare minimum. I promise you. But you have to put in the work to figure that out. I'm walking, living proof. I run my own business now and I love it. And every day I enjoy what I do. Wasn't always that way, but at the end of the day, I've always given my all to wherever I am. And that's how I got where I am today. So I wish you the best. I hope this video helps. And I hope you can try your best because there is joy and happiness in doing so. I'm Ian Koniak. I'll see you next week.